The car that started it all wasn't meant to succeed. In this, episode 1 of the vehicle generation, we explore the unlikely origins of the Porsche 356 and speak to 3 owners about their journey with the cars.
What's it like to drive?
It's enough power.
The golden era of the motor vehicle.
It was built in a sawmill in a broken country. No dealership network, no marketing machine. Competing with established brands like Mercedes and Jaguar at the time was unthinkable. In June 1948, Gmund, Austria. In this tiny alpine town, Ferry Porsche unveils the first car to carry his family name, the Porsche 356-1. It was aluminium bodied, mid-engine, and just 35 horsepower. And yet it moved like nothing else. Lightweight, balanced, pure. Only one 356-1 was ever built, but it sparked something. The next version, the 356-2, moved the engine to the rear and kept the aluminium body. Still handmade, still unlike anything else on the road. Then in 1950, Porsche returned home to Stuttgart. With help from coach builder Reuter, production scaled up, and the Porsche 356 was no longer a prototype, it was a product. Underneath, it borrowed from the Volkswagen Beetle, Ferry's father's creation. But in feel and focus, it was pure Porsche. Tighter, quicker, and engineered for drivers. It wasn't built to impress the rich, it was built to be driven fast and often. Ferry Porsche hoped to sell 500 cars. By 1965, they'd built over 67,000. But to truly understand the 356, we need to meet the people who live with them.
It's just a dream car I've always wanted. I know most people will be like, oh, the GT3 or a Ferrari. It's just a modest little car. And I go, it's a time capsule. You hop in, AM radio only works. It picks up one channel that has old school music. You really got to think ahead when you're driving.
I bought this car 30 years ago, just before I got married. I sold everything I had. I had a car, I had a motorbike, I had a speedboat. I sold all of those to buy this car. And it's been with me ever since. And I left my wedding in this car. My son recently left his wedding in the same car. So it's become part of our family.
We fell in love with the colour. And when she said, what about one of these? And I thought, wow, I'm actually being encouraged. And you're sitting there smelling the leather going, you know, how good is this? We can hop in, nothing leaks, everything works. It's mechanically now as good as it can get. It hit every stick as it fell out of the option tree. It was a UK delivered vehicle, so someone over there just went tick, 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 tick.
So everything on this car kind of shifted into the 911. This is closer to a 911 than the Beetle, because this is the end of the run. There's an A model pre-A in Melbourne. Like the floors were rotted out, but I was like, I'll just fix the floors. I'm like, I'll just rat rot it, run it as it is. Ernie goes, I know a guy, I'll get him to call you. Next thing I know, I get a missed call and a voicemail from Ron Goodman. He's telling me, just get a good example car, like that's already done. He goes, it'll be more than what that project is, but he was right. Me having an idea in my head going, this would be cool. I ended up getting the most cliche red 356 you could, every poster car.
Driving an old 356, a Speedster, the performance and the handling is quite astonishing, and I just love it. I mean, every time I get in the car, it makes me smile. And I just love to get out there and just use it. These things are made to be used. They're not made to be sitting in a garage. So for me, it's getting out there. Sure, you get a few stone chips here and there and you know, a bit of damage, but you fix it and move on. For me, it's a passion. I love to get out there and drive on the roads.
Well, it's unreal. I mean, the thing that is amazing about driving it around is just the mere concept of going, this thing was built 2 years before I was born. And here we are, driving around. This is my 1963 Ford 356C or SC. So we bought the car and discovered that there are other people as crazy as I am when it comes to car manufacturers and their options list. Not only does the car have a factory fitted electric sunroof, but it came with a twin slide fan operated vent, which was one of the 2 options. The other one was the crazy gas heater that they had in Germany and Scandinavia, and I was informed by PR when I said, now what about this gas heater that, Stephen, we've made you a safe car with an inertia reel seat belt. We're not going to fit a bomb into the back of it. So this is Australia. We went with a fan.
They're very quick. They handle well. I mean, a speedster with a low centre of gravity. I love it. I love to drive the windy roads. The old drum brakes are not so good. You know, if you overheat them, you don't have any brakes. But you learn. You only got to have no brakes once.
They feel so fast.
We're not even going 50 k's. That's what I love about it. It just feels fast.
Across the world, from Sydney to Stuttgart, these cars are still being driven, still being loved, not because they're fast, but because they matter. From the hand-hammered Pre-A through to the Speedster to the 4-cam Carrera, the 356 evolved constantly. Belief, engineering purity, and that emotional connection with drivers is still ringing true today. A philosophy, a feeling. It's the emotional connection that founded the brand. This is the essence of Porsche.
So when you're actually working on one, I mean, you can sort of move back in the past and think about being there years ago, and you can appreciate what they did with no computers and with the engineering they had. You know, so the cars are all hand-built. Every single one is different. And getting your head around that when you're working on them as well is interesting. So nothing is going to line up like it is a modern car. So you have to do everything with a grain of salt, because no two are the same. You can go and measure one car, measure the other car, measure under the guards. They're all different. People restore them and try and make them perfect, but they were never perfect. But understanding how good the engineering was, that they can still be here so long after is wonderful. And they're light. They're lovely to drive. They're beautiful cars to drive. You know, you can see why they were here. You know, just a standard 356, 800 and something kilograms, they go fantastic. You know, they're just a joy. They're nimble and light and beautiful, and they handle well, and they do all the right stuff. So it's no surprise that they did well.
Ferry Porsche once said, "I looked around and I couldn't find the sports car of my dreams, so I built it myself." What he built wasn't just a car, it was a legacy. If you like this, you'll love our print magazine, handcrafted for Porsche fanatics. This video is sponsored by the latest issue. Pick up a single issue or a subscription at the link below.